Hello and greetings. This is Jorge Santos Martinez speaking here, and in this opportunity, I'm going to be working with the task number 2 of reading and oral expression techniques in English with the topic or the continuation of the topic of the reading process and its applications, more specifically. In this opportunity, I'm going to discuss one of the most interesting topics that I think is valuable to discuss is, in my own opinion, my favorite is the sustainable tourism. Now, with all of this said, we can begin. So I'm going to explain how I make all of the activity of this task. So I'm going to talk about my first draft, the revision of it, what I kept, what I changed, the proofreading, and the final version, and reflection. So now let's begin with the obvious, my first draft. So I started with a broader draft to explain sustainable tourism, why it matters, and how it connects with the environment, local communities, and the Dominican Republic as a whole. It was a very broad topic. I didn't made very specific examples. I did made some of it, but they were mostly unfocused and quite broad, to say the least. So, in the revision, I decided to do the following. I reviewed the draft. I then selected the parts that I needed to improve. I reduced repetition. I shortened long examples. I kept the idea that best represented my main topic. And overall, I decided to streamline it as much as I possibly can. Then, let us talk about what I kept and what I changed. So, I kept the stronger ideas, especially the connection between protecting destinations and helping local communities. That is also the main focus of what sustainable tourism is all about, especially. I also kept some of the examples of the Dominican Republic that I mentioned before, but I made it shorter and more precise to make it more streamlined, like I said before. Now, in the proofreading part, I decided to do the following. After I revisit, after revising, pardon, and checking grammar, punctuation, word choices, capitalization, also verifying the APA citations, I can say that this helped me to make the essay clearer, more organized, and in many ways more academic. So I was quite proud of it. So let us then discuss the final revision and reflection. So finally, I wrote a more focused, even to say a little bit more shorter uh, and concise version of the essay or the main idea that I was discussing. And this process helped me to express my ideas in a better way and a more focused way, to say the least. And it helped me to better understand that writing, the writing process is not uh, just about throwing ideas to the table and writing it and stating it without any type of organization. We must revise, we must proofread, and we must do the necessary steps to make it more logical, more understandable, and not that difficult to read. Because sometimes when you write, many of the ideas that you uh, have are not organized, are not focused, and they can be a little bit heavy for the readers. So, this was my experience with this topic. Thank you for your time and cheers.